Hello, fellow YouTubers. I want to thank you guys for all the donations and all the calls and support and emails. I appreciate you. I'm going to apologize if I sound a little funny. You know that cold thing's going around, and no, it's not the coronavirus, although I could go for a corona. Um, so that being said, I also want to send a shout out to Diora and also Stefan. I appreciate you guys. Great talks. Enjoy the knowledge that was bestowed, and I appreciate all the information you guys brought my way. Definitely look forward to talking to you guys again. All right, so now this video is going to be about some of the most requested answer or questions and some of the answers I have provided for them, just because we keep getting them a lot. And well, I figure let's just make a video about them. All right, I'm not going to cover all of them, just a good chunk, and because lots of these were in other videos and tids and bits, so I'm just going to put them all together and let's get going. So, all right, what about the Social Security on the passport application? All right, so once again, you can put nothing at all on there. Because by law it's not mandatory to be there. But if you read what they say on the passport application, that they don't say it's essential, but it's kind of highly recommended. Put it that way. So I would just say if you have it, put it down. If you legitimately don't have it, then don't put it. Because if they have it already, I mean, they have it already, right? So they're going to see your information, whether you think they're going to just be like, oh, no, you don't have it. They have it, and they're just going to put it in there anyway. It's going to make your application take longer, and they're going to run it. So whatever. So that's that. Now, another question was the zip. When you're mailing them, you don't have to put the zip code on there. But it speeds it along. And remember, essentially, you're still considered a U.S. citizen anyway, so you might as well use it to send it to them. After you get yours done back the correct way, then maybe, start sending things without the zip code. And for those people who were talking about the zip code on the passport, remember that in the mailing address, all they're asking for really is where do you receive your mail? Okay, in that first section. Who are you and where do you receive your mail? It's not technically it's not putting you into the jurisdiction because they're not asking where do you live. The second, that page 2 of 2 is where they talk about where do you live, where is your residence, okay, which we all know is a domicile. But that's where you want to make sure you either don't put a zip code or you put all zeros in there, okay, is especially prized. But you can also just leave it blank as well. So I haven't heard of anybody have any problems with that. And okay, as far as, let's see here. Yes, when you in their world, writing with black ink represents that you're a dead entity, that you are not alive, that you are presumed dead and lost, basically at sea, and a corporate fiction. But they don't really give you much choice. I think you can only use blue or black ink. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, the other colors do mean different things from off the top, and I can't find where this was written, and but it was in a book. Might have been the old UCC. I'm not sure. But it was stated that red was for the living man, and purple was royalty. But like when I was talking to Diera today, I don't know. I highly doubt the lower level functionaries will recognize that. They may just, ignore anything you have in that because, once again, in their world, officially the only colors that exist are black and blue. So I would just opt for black, or blue if it does say that on there, and kind of call it a day. If you have your card already and you want to renew it, you could rewrite it again with in those colors and see. But for your first attempt, I wouldn't use that right away. Maybe like in a 6 months to a year or something, just renew it and then try it with different colors to see if that can pass through. And hey, let me know, and I'll make a video update on it. And if anybody can find the article where it talks about the different colors and what they represent for, you know, in status, I would appreciate it. Send it to me, email me, message me, whatever. And also quote the source, because I don't like to put up information unless I can back it up. All right, so going on. The flags. Yes, the Admiralty maritime flags of the U.S. will have gold around them, despite many of them saying it doesn't mean anything, blah, blah, blah. Of course, that'd be like you asking me, hey, is your secret password, 777? No. Now I should probably change my luggage, I guess. But anyway, so yeah, that's in their world, they're not going to give you the tricks. It's like this: either you know it or you know it, but they're not going to tell you the law. You have to know the law, okay? And once again, this is all inside of their private structure, so they're not obligated to give you the pieces to the the key to the kingdom. And make sure when you're talking to cops, you don't put yourself in jurisdiction by saying drive. Remember, it's travel. Another thing on here, somebody asked about trying to prove it to cops. No, you don't need to argue with the cops. Do not argue with them. You merely, if you have your book ready, your book should have all of your information, copies of your information. Always keep a master copy at home. Keep one copy of everything in your book. And when they ask you for, what's going on, sir, here's my book. Everything's in there. Feel free to go through that and explain it. And if you're like me, on the bottom of that, you'll put in there that, the acceptance or review of this book by any corporate official constitute that, you'll only keep me no longer than 30 minutes because that's what's reasonable by law. And if you continue anything past that, that I charge a rate of, $900 an hour, something like that. Okay. In a bit, here's another one I just seen somebody post about, and this happened to somebody. I don't know where their status was, this, that, and the other. But in general, yes, you can be arrested just because you are a state citizen and outside technically of their jurisdiction does not mean that you can't be arrested. That'd be like even us as state citizens, if, you get into a fight with somebody who's of the Moor Nation and the Moor cops show up, and they're like, well, you just assaulted one of our people in our jurisdiction. We need to sort this out. They will arrest you too. Okay? So this, even though it is technically a silver bullet, it ain't the gold bullet, right? So yes, you can be arrested, which is why I say fly underneath the radar. Okay? Just, don't hurt nobody. Don't travel in your car doing stupid things. Steer clear. Yes, I still recommend you going out and getting insurance. I talked in another video about how to get that. All that stuff. I mean, you're already going to be saving some money by applying as a national anyway. So just stay protected. Prevention. As always, prevention. Somebody asked, okay, about the underlining or circling the information on the passport, DS11 or DS82, whichever one, any of them. No, do not underline, do not circle, do not alter that oath. They consider that an offense. Okay? No, don't underline it, don't do nothing. Everything should be explained in your explanatory statement. That supersedes that particular statement. All right. And that is about it. I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. More questions coming up next time. Badwolf over and out.